5:24, time to check in with our own Chad Douglas, who is on the green this morning.
He is. Hopefully he's not yelling 4 just yet.
No. What's going on, Chad?
How about like 4-2 is in like the current temperature this morning? We're here with David Morgan, the assistant golf director here at Westview in Quincy, talking about junior golf camp. What is that?
We have a junior boot camp starting next week, which is Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday. It's for children in the Quincy area, of course, Adams County. And we're going to teach golf for 3 days from ages 10 and under. Going to go from 4 to 5 and then...
PM, we should say.
PM, yeah, not this time of the morning. And 10 and over are going to be from 5 to 6.
Okay.
We're going to do that here at Westview. We're going to do chipping and putting and full swing, and then some full swing and play.
And now, is this a place for kids who've not golfed yet? Is this kind of a way to get their feet wet?
It's for everybody.
Okay.
It's for people who have played, who want to just brush up on their game just before they get out of school, and it's for beginners as well.
All right, and you said chipping and putting is kind of the main focus, but you also work on swing?
And full swing, yeah. Etiquette on the golf course is always good too.
Okay, good. I like etiquette because we're going to talk a little later in the show about what the game of golf does for people in general, but especially hitting that young age and dealing with etiquette and being polite and everything. So we'll talk with you about that in just a few minutes. In the meantime, back to you. Once the sun comes up, we're going to get some clubs out.
Oh, I love that, the etiquette. Being polite on and off the field is important. But Chad, where are all the kids this morning?
They're in bed.
In bed.
I know. It's hard. You know, it's a school day, so you know the kids are in bed. But you know, golf is a year-round sport for some kids.
Is it a good day to go golfing today? Well, it's time to check in with KHQA's own Chad Douglas, who is live in Quincy this morning working on his golf swing.
He is. He's actually there this morning, kind of talking about some classes for kids. And you know, kids are never too young to pick up the game of golf.
That's right. What's going on, Chad?
Hey, good morning, guys. David Morgan is here with us from Westview Golf Course. So we're going to start working on the swing a little bit. We need to get loosened up. It's awfully early.
Too cold.
It is cold, although I've golfed in worse than this. Why should kids get involved in golf?
Well, it's a good way for early competition. You know, they can get dropped off at the golf course depending on obviously their age. And as they move along in their career as golf from school to college, they can then go on and play it for the rest of their life. They can play it at 70, 80 years old.
Sure. And what do they learn from the game of golf other than how to golf?
It's etiquette. You can take this etiquette and you can take it anywhere in the world. I mean, it's just about, you know, showing who you are as a person. You see a lot of people on the golf course, and you can tell what a person's attitude is like from some of the shots they make.
Yeah, and how they react to those shots that they make too.
Yeah, and you know what? If you can keep that under control, it just shows how I look at it is what a good business person you could be.
Sure. So how young should kids start?
Well, I think as soon as they can pick up a club and they can control a club in their hands, you know, 5 is typically a good age, but I mean, we've seen it earlier in the people like Tiger Woods.
Right, and he started at like 2?
Sure, I think
so. Yeah, because
5.
we know Tiger. Yeah, he started at 2. All right, well, you guys have a junior golf camp, boot camp coming up next week. We're going to talk more about that, and we're going to get some clubs out and give a little tips here, if you don't mind. All right, so we're going to work on that, and we'll see you guys back here in just a few.
Now, Tegan said this is, and both of you had said this is a great game to learn when you're at a young age. I barely I've golfed maybe once or twice in my life, so maybe I can benefit from some of the tips this morning, huh, Chad?
Yeah, maybe, but that tells me a lot about you now that you've only golfed a couple times in your life.
I'm sorry, I played volleyball and softball. I could probably school you on that.
Bring it. I'll challenge you.
Don't challenge me, Douglas.
Okay, Chad, don't challenge. We haven't made you on our previous
you guys told me
so
you guys told me CrossFit, the bridge the gap run. I'm done challenges with you guys.
Yeah.
I know it. Yes, it is a great game. But you know what, Kristen, you can pick it up at any age.
Okay, thank you.
So
you guys will definitely have to teach me something.
I picked it up in high school, so you can definitely pick it up at any age.
Perfect. And you played in college though, too, right?
I did. Yes.
Tegan's a pro.
It came natural, so that was good. But you know what? All it takes is just a few lessons and you'll know what you're doing.
All right.
That's right. It's beautiful out there, and hopefully Chad will now be getting the clubs out of the bag since we're starting to see some daylight.
That's right. We're time to check in with KHQA's own Chad Douglas, who was out on the green this morning. What's going on, Chad?
But you're going.
Well, I'm getting some tips here behind the scenes with David Morgan at Westview Golf Course. We're talking about kids, but I'm learning all kinds of stuff, and I'm not a great golfer. Never have been, but I've golfed for several years, and what you're teaching me with the chipping is completely different than what I've ever known before. So
Okay.
when you start with someone, whether it be a kid or an adult, where do you start with a golf swing?
Posture,
Okay.
stance, setup, grip. Pretty much fundamentals, easy, simple fundamentals. So how do you stand? Where do you place the ball? How do you grip the club? Where do you grip the club? And how hard you really got to hit it. Because if you're going for you're 20 feet, say for argument's sake here, you don't want to try and hit it hard. You just want to, you're trying to. If I pick up the golf ball, it would be like. That's about as hard as I want to kind of chip it.
Sure.
So I'm feeling it with my hand more than anything.
Okay. So is it easier to teach kids than adults who already kind of have bad things ingrained in their head?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I bet.
Adults are fun though. You can have a lot of fun with it. And you can teach an old dog new tricks.
You can.
Yes,
Well,
absolutely.
We're learning that here this morning because, boy, and I hate to even admit that of my golf game, my chipping and putting, my short game is better than the long. So I'm learning all kinds of new stuff
And
here.
then just make sure you hit down on it, keep your hit. How's that?
That felt good.
Good.
A little hard, obviously.
It comes off the face good.
But as far as the swing,
Yeah, it was good. You hit the ball. You didn't let the leading edge right here come through and hit it. So when you break your wrist, the leading edge comes up like that way.
well, good. I'll send it back to you guys because I'm going to work on my game.
Oh man, well I mean, can't teach you. He said you can
Can.
teach old dogs new tricks, right?
You can, but
good.
sometimes it's hard to correct those old habits, but it can be done, and he didn't punch it there, so good job, Chad. See, you can do it, Kristen.
What's punch it mean? What's punch it mean?
Sometimes people try to punch it to get it up onto the green, where you just really want a nice, clean.
Definitely a different look from what we're looking at this morning with KHQA's own Chad Douglas, who is live out on the green this morning.
He is.
Oh,
But just see how that felt.
almost hold it.
Did you almost get a
Absolutely
hole in
count.
one?
No. It was the closest I've had all day.
Let
We'll put
down.
it that way. Put it
What
that
are you
way.
doing this
Little-
morning,
little strong
Chad?
going in. We are talking about golf, and David Morgan with Westview Golf Course is out here with us. We're talking specifically with kids. You guys have a kids boot camp coming up. We'll
That's
touch on
correct.
that a little bit, but let's talk about adults. Should adults take golf lessons,
Absolutely.
and why?
Well, because obviously you want to get better. Now, if I can use the analogy of, which I do to some people, and some people, my friends are going to laugh about this, is that would you, if the brakes were going bad on your car, what are you going to do? You're going to go fix them, aren't you?
Sure.
All right. When your golf swing goes bad, people decide that, I can fix it myself. Well, you really can't. You've got to have a second pair of eyes to look at it. Someone who knows the game of golf.
And how do you know when your golf swing's bad? Because you've completely changed the way that I would normally chip.
You should know that. I mean, people understand that when it's like a tour player, when they start going bad, they having other people and other coaches look at it.
Okay.
Another set of eyes is always good, but someone who knows what they're doing. I would take my car to Midas, another set of eyes who professionally know what they're doing. That's my analogy on that.
So as an adult, then, when you take golf lessons, it's not just a one-time quick fix.
No, it's not like an hour's lesson and okay, I'm fixed all of a sudden. Now it's an hour's lesson. Now you've got to go and work on it. I mean, I kind of keep referring back to the tour players. They're doing it 5 days, 7 days a week, 365 sometimes, always working on the game or playing with members at their club. And so therefore you have to go work on it. Chipping and putting obviously is a big way to keep your score down.
Right. Do a drive for dough, drive for show, putt for
Putt
dough
for
is what
dough.
they say. Well, we're going to talk more about the kids boot camp coming up in our next segment here live from Westview Golf Course.
Okay, so sticking with that car analogy, Chad, what if you have a brand new car that you never took out? Should you still have a technical eyes on it?
Okay, she wants to know, she says, keep with your analogy of the brakes. If you have a brand new car, your brakes don't go out. What was the question?
Well, it's just a joke because
It was
I've
just a
never
joke.
golfed before. Come on, Douglas.
Okay, well then you're the perfect person to come. This is for what we were just doing now. Kristen was talking about people who have golfed, why they should continue to take lessons. If you've never golfed, you should take lessons because you can be molded and formed and be good right from the get-go. Right?
Actually, it's easier to teach you
Good way
than
to
it is
start.
to teach Chad.
Oh, perfect.
What's that?
I said it's easier to teach Kristen right now than it is to teach you.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, that's with a lot of things, Chad.
Yeah, well,
Not
that's
just the
true,
game of
too.
golf.
All right, thanks, Chad. Time to check in with KHQA's own Chad Douglas, who is live in Quincy this morning.
Yes, good morning, Chad. Now, you've been working on your short game. Have you kind of geared into your long game yet?
Not yet, because there's so much work to do on the short game that we've just stuck here. We're here at Westview Golf Course. with David Morgan, who's the assistant golf manager here, talking about a golf camp, a boot camp for kids. Why kids?
Well, kids are the future of golf. You know, as we get older and less mobility, which you can still go. We still have a lot of guys and girls out here who are an older age, older than myself anyway, who are still out here walking the golf courses, which is wonderful to see. But no, they are the future of golf. We need to get people, younger people out here and get them involved so they can take over from the people who are maybe not getting, are now leaving golf.
Sure. Let's talk about the boot camp. When is it and who is it for?
It's for the juniors. It's next week here at Westview. We're going to start at 4 o'clock for the 10 and unders, and for the over 10s, it's going to be from 5 to 6.
Okay, cost us $40.
That's correct. And with that $40, you get a junior summer pass, which is involved with that too.
Oh, nice. All right. So how can people get in contact with you to sign up for this boot camp?
Quincy Park District. You need to sign up at the main office, which is Bonastinga Drive, 1231 Bonastinga Drive, down by the river.
Okay. And we have one more thing we want to talk about. We're going to do that in our next segment, a new league for juniors
That's
as
correct.
well. So we're going to talk about that. In the meantime, we still, David or myself, and I've been doing most of the hitting, haven't even made one in yet.
Oh, come on,
That's
Douglas.
okay, though. I mean, practice makes perfect. You don't,
Right.
You don't see the pros do that every time they go out on the course either.
We have faith in you
That's
before the
true.
show's over, so you got about a half hour still to at least make one. Can you do it?
Yes.
All right, I'll work on it.
Okay.
Or at least maybe a couple inches away from the hole.
I'll take it. Well, time to check in with KHQA's own Chad Douglas, who is live in Quincy this morning. He is getting his golf on.
Right, he's literally right up the road at Westview Golf Course, and he's kind of filling us in on some golf tips and also a way to get your kids involved in the game as well.
Chad, did you get a hole in one yet?
Not yet. We came close. Came close. You know, when you get kids involved in golf at an early age, they grow up with the game. They can play it literally the rest of their lives. Plus, they learn so many valuable skills and etiquette from the game of golf. David Morgan is here with us this morning to tell us about, we talked about the boot camp the last segment, so now we're going to talk about a league specifically for juniors. When does that start?
That starts on the June the 12th, June 26th, runs through July. It's 5 weeks of team play.
Okay, and how old are the kids for that?
That's a
great question.
Put me on the spot
That's when
here.
you check out the Quincy Park District website, right?
That is correct. It's in conjunction with the Knights of Columbus as well, which is Mike Quincy, myself, Matt Burry are all going to run that league. We've got the older kids out here, and we've got the younger kids at the Knights of Columbus.
Okay, great. And so why start a league for kids? Because this is the first year for this, right?
Yeah, the PGA are actually doing something, the Gateway section is doing something with regards to, through the PGA with the Junior League. We thought we'd give it a try and throw our own spin off on that and see what response we get from it. Hopefully it's a great response.
And is it single play, or are they playing as a team, doing a
playing as a
scramble?
team.
So they're doing like a scramble event for that for 5 weeks?
Yes.
Okay. Is there an age cap? Can I come play on the junior?
Sure, absolutely. The more the merrier.
The more the merrier. More information can be found at the Quincy Park District website. And again, the boot camp is next week for the younger kids.
Yes, and also the Knights of Columbus.
Okay. All right, Dave, thanks so much for being with us this morning. We're going to send it back to you because I've got just a few more minutes to try to get that hole in one.
His answer to you getting out there didn't seem like it was a good idea, Douglas.
Maybe I'm not invited.
No. All right, thanks, Chad.